Hello, welcome to Holistic Lifestyle Medicine, a channel where I talk all things to do with change, transformation, healing through lifestyle changes, integration, wholeness, coming back to oneness. This is the third in a series of videos on helpful attitudes that help ease the journey through change and transformation. The first video was on courage. The courage to let go of the old, the conditioned, the patterned, to let go of old identities that we have gathered through conditioning. The second video in the series was on allowing for pain and discomfort, which is building greater capacity to go through difficult times, to be okay, to not be okay. This third video in this series on helpful attitudes that assist us in change and transformation is on the subject of the unknown. The journey of change and transformation is a journey into the unknown. There is no map, there is no path that is laid out in front of us. It really is a journey of not knowing. So when we go from the old habitual pattern of wanting to know exactly how life is going to pan out in front of us, to now having to shift into a state of not knowing, it can be very challenging, confusing, disconcerting. Not that we ever really knew in the old paradigm either, but there was a belief that we know how things are. We know where to go. We know what's ahead. We know exactly the path that we are carving out for ourselves, because there's such a huge sense of doership that we are in command of the car or the boat of our life. What the journey of change and transformation brings up, the truth that it brings up, is that we were never in control. We were never the doer. We were never behind the wheel of the car of our life or the boat of our life, or whatever vehicle we can pick as a analogy. So what change brings up, what transformation brings up, what awakening brings up is the loss of those fixed reference points in the reality matrix. The ego loves to fix pegs and create a solid reality to feel safe and secure. But of course, there is nothing solid about our perceived reality from moment to moment. It arises, it dissolves, it arises, it dissolves. And so if we can cultivate the attitude of being okay with unknown, with not knowing what tomorrow's going to look like, what the week after is going to look like, what the next year is going to look like, and only focus on just taking the next step, then we can greatly ease ease ourselves through change, ease ourselves through transformation, ease ourselves through awakening. The biggest challenge really is the struggle of the need to know against the reality, which is we don't know, which brings up so much suffering, which brings up so much pain. In fact, the first many years of my own journey, when I look back, and my memory of many years is of great suffering, and I believe it's because I did not have the attitude of living in the unknown, of being okay with not knowing where my journey is taking me. More and more shifts, through more and more shedding, through more and more purging, I have started to enjoy living in the unknown and not knowing where I'm going. Because what it does is allows for a greater capacity of aliveness in the system. It allows us, because we're only taking the next step, we're only living in this moment. We don't know what the future looks like. We can be fully present, we can be fully alive to what is before us. Whereas when we're busy pegging our imagined future, an imagined path constantly in the head, there is a deadness here in this moment. So when I started uh, la- early last year, when I first received this inspiration to start sharing some content around lifestyle change, lifestyle medicine, healing, change, transformation, I did not know what form that was going to take. But my mind, because of old habituated patterns, was very adamant that I needed to know where I'm going. Before I even, like, I couldn't even take the first step. I wouldn't take the step. It was like I was paralyzed because I needed to know exactly what it was going to look like, exactly what the outcome was going to look like, where my efforts were going to take me. So if I'm going to put in effort, where am I headed? And this meant that for months and months, I could not move. I did not do anything. I just kept ruminating, kept thinking. Um, and then it was only through more surrender, more shedding, more shifting that I was able to arrive at a place of not worrying about the outcome, not caring about where this is headed, only giving my full attention to creating these videos. And what that has meant is that I've been freed from the grip of expectation, of outcome, of needing to see very clearly a path ahead, a path into the future. It means that my energy is freed up fully to put into creating these videos. There is aliveness, there is a passion, there is a joy in the process. There is fun and there is adventure in the journey of not knowing where I'm going with creating this channel, what it's going to bring. All I know is that in this moment, I'm completely loving, enjoying talking into the camera, talking about topics that I'm really passionate about, that light me up. That was my example. Another example that comes to mind, more to do with holistic lifestyle medicine, healing, is often when we find ourselves in a state of disease, with some kind of an acute illness. Often we go with the well-trodden path of Western medicine, of mainstream medicine, even when that path actually has a very low success rate. We often take that path. I know many in my family and friends that will take the well-trodden path because there is a safety and security in taking that path, regardless of the fact that there is no actual healing on that path. And so many do not even explore the path of alternative medicine, of natural medicine, because it is the fear of the unknown, because there is no map on that path. There is no case studies or statistics or massive institutions and massive amounts of money behind that path that give some kind of a false sense of security that this path will help us. And so for those of us that want greater expansion in life, greater adventure in life, for those of us that want to reach greater potential, that want to unlock greater potential in this mind and body vessel, embracing the attitude of not even being okay, actually enjoying living in the unknown, will mean that we will enjoy this adventure of life. Thank you for watching. Thank you for being with me here today. Namaste.